So what does it cost to sell on Etsy? Well, Etsy has a bunch of fees that they're going to charge you, and I'm going to go through each one and give you examples of how it applies to your store too, and how it's applied to mine as well. So let's dive in. Number one, the first fee that they have is a listing fee. Now this one is the most annoying fee out of all of them, and a listing fee is basically 20 cents US dollars for every listing you put on your shop. So, for example, if you have a shop with, like I do, 2,400 listings, I paid 2,400 times 0.20 equals, and I paid actually 27 cents because I'm in Canada, so I paid more. Well, different, same, I guess, 20 cents, $480 just to list those, all right? So you're thinking, whatever, you had to pay 480 bucks. That's cool. Just to list. That's just the listing fee. Now, what Etsy also does with the listing fee is they charge you 20 cents every time you make a sale. They call this the relisting fee, I guess it's called. Why? Here's one question. Why do that? I already paid 20 cents. Why you got to charge me to relist this for another 20 cents? So if you make like, I don't know, let's say 500 sales in a month, then you're paying 500 times 0.20 equals, I'm going to scroll up a bit. I hope you can read that okay. So 500 times 0.2, $100 a month. That's just if you make 500 sales a month, which is $1,200 per year, by the way, in Etsy fees, just on relisting fees. That's if you're making 500 sales a month. So 500 times 12 is what? 6,000 sales a year. You're paying Etsy 1,200 bucks. Plus you paid them 400 to list those 2,400 listings. Now, where they really get you, they're not done there. Listings are valid for 4 months. Why? Seriously, why? Why? So that means if I want to keep my 2,400 listings up at 20 cents a listing, that's $480 times 3 for the year equals what? Let's do the math real quick. I should be able to do this in my head, but 480 times 3. $1,440 per year in just renewal fees. And that's $480 every 4 months. Now, that's crap. I'm sorry, but that is insane. There's no reason for this at all. I don't get it, but we're not done. So listing fees, they're the worst. They're the absolute worst by far, but I'm not done with the fees. Now we have payment processing fees. Now these are fun. Not, because you have to pay. It's going to vary by country, and it's a percentage set on the total sales price of your items, which is typically 3% plus 25 cents per transaction. So let's go 3% plus 25 cents per transaction. So hypothetically, in this example, let's look at this. I'll scroll up a bit. If you have, say, 500 sales a month, okay, 500 sales, and let's say you're doing a digital store and you only charge like I don't know, $2 per listing, $2 per listing. Now, print on demand or handmade, you're going to charge a lot more, so you're going to pay a lot more in fees. This is just an example. Equals $1,000 times 3% equals $300 in payment processing fees plus 0.25 times 500 equals 250 for a total of $550 in payment processing fees. And this is a digital store selling a $2 product. Okay, so if you're doing print on demand or handmade, jack those fees way up. You're going to pay even more because it's 3% of a higher number. So I took a very low number. So that's $550. That's per month. Per month. All right. You were paying a boatload in fees already, but they're not done. They're not done at all. Now, there are some notes too. I mean, it's going to depend on your location, and also you have to pay when Etsy releases money to your account, you have to pay a fixed deposit fee if your funds are below a specified threshold, which is more. So the daily payout threshold in the US is $25. Now, if you need to convert currencies, which is super annoying. So I'm in Canada. I have to convert to US dollars. Or, I mean, I could leave them too. But let's say I have to convert from, not to, from US to Canadian. They charge 2.5% on top of a horrible exchange rate to do so. So you're better off keeping it in US dollars if you're in another country and have a US dollar bank account. Anyway, it sucks. Now, there is also this wonderful thing called shipping fees. And this is, you can buy shipping labels through Etsy if you want. So if you're handmade, you're going to do that. And you're going to pay based on carrier, shipment, destination, weight, package dimensions. If you charge buyers a separate shipping fee when ordering from your shop, Etsy collects 5% of the total shipping charges. That's for their shipping label program. But they actually do have more. There's more coming. So the shipping fees, I think now I'm not clear on this, but this is if you use their shipping label program labels, it's 5% of the shipping cost, I think. I don't use it because I only do print on demand and digital. But we're not done yet. There's more fees. There's also this big one, which might change by the time you watch this, but transaction fees. So yeah, you'd think a payment processing fee would fall under transaction fee. Nope. 6.5% of the total. And I'm laughing because this is ridiculous. Total cost of the sale. And people think it's free to sell on Etsy. It is not even close. So let's say, going back to my example, I make 500 sales a month on my at $2 on a digital product like a PNG or SVG or whatever. That equals $1,000 a month. And then, so we're going to take 1,000 times 6.5% equals what? $65, right? Is that right? In fees. Let me just double check that. Transaction fees. This is on top of your payment processing fee. So 1,000 times 0.065. Wow, I actually did some math right in my head. Good. So now we're up to $65 in those fees. We are up to 500 sales times 3% plus that, 550. So 550 plus 65 plus listing those things alone, which would be $100 a month for each. Yeah, it's really adding up here, like quite a bit, like an amazing amount, just an insane amount. Now we've got a couple other things from Etsy, and that is the offsite ad fees. And this is something you can opt out of, but that's only under certain conditions. So basically, if your shop has made more than 10,000 US dollars in the past 365 days, you'll be required to participate in it, but they'll only charge you 12%. So 12% if you made $10,000 or more USD in the past 365 days, so years. However, you can opt out. You cannot opt out of them. If you're there, you can opt out and it's 15% if you made less than $10,000 USD in the past 365 days. So that 15 and 12 is based on what the actual sale generated, like total wise. So meaning it's 15% of the order attributed to offsite ads, or 12% of the order attributed to offsite ads. Anyway, they're basically going to advertise on like Google, Facebook, Instagram, Bing, partner sites, Google Display Network. They're doing all that pretty much with all the money they're collecting from fees. So it's not like it's free advertisement. It's not. It's kind of like taxes. You pay a boatload in taxes to the government, and then the government provides like services to you, right? So it's the same idea. Like they're using your money to advertise, which is crazy. So another thing, if you want to see where I'm getting all this stuff from, I'll give you the thing. Oh, there's also another one. This is optional though, so I don't know if I should include this, but there's like, I don't know, it's called Etsy Plus or whatever it is. It's like $10 or $12 per month. And it's supposed to give you a bunch of benefits, but I find it's not even worth it at all. You could subscribe to that if you wanted to, but looking at all the fees that they charge and looking at how much it costs, do you really think that it is free to sell on Etsy anymore? Do you think that you paying all this stuff for access to their buyers is worth it? Because even if we're a store doing 500 sales a month, we're going to pay $100 a month in those listing fees. That's just every time you make a sale, relisting fee. Then on my example of a store with 2,400 listings, I'm going to pay $480 every 3 months, or $1,440 per year in just renewal fees. Then my payment processing fees, if I do 500 sales of a tiny $2 per listing product, I'm going to pay $300 in payment processing fees, plus $250 for that per transaction fee for $550. So we're up to monthly $100, plus I can't even put in the relisting for the quarter. That's on top of it. So 100 plus, what's this, 650? So that is, yeah, 650, and then down here, plus 65. So 650 plus 65 is 715 per month if you're making 500 sales at $2 per sale. Is that worth it? I don't know. I think you got to be selling something pretty high ticket in order to make it work. Like maybe with print on demand products, it would make more sense, but even then all your fees go up. So at the end of the day, you're basically getting raked over the coals in Etsy fees. It is not free to sell on at all. They charge you for every little thing you do, and it costs a boatload of money to do it. So if you have any questions on Etsy fees, let me know. Oh, post the URL where I got this from too. Right there. It's at etsy.com/legal/fees. You can find all the breakdown, and you can find the true cost of selling on Etsy, and then you have to decide, is it worth it for you or not? For me, no, it's not. Not at this point. Not for a digital store. Maybe if you're selling handmade products and they're very expensive, possibly. If you're selling print-on-demand products and you can charge a lot more, possibly. But even still, where they get you is they charge all these fees, whether you, like the listing fees and all that, they're going to make money on you whether you're making sales or not, put it that way. So if I have a store with 2,400 listings and I'm not making a single sale, they're still taking $1,440 from me per year. Then when I start making sales, they charge me even more. So it is not free to sell on Etsy. And what is the true cost? A lot. So you got to be careful with this. They dangle that carrot of a whole bunch of buyers in front of you. And really, we all know when you start an Etsy shop, you don't get sales for a long, 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 long time. Like we're talking 2-3 years down the road. So you have to survive paying all this money out of pocket to even get there, to the point where you might be making a little bit of money. For me, I don't know. I'm not saying don't do Etsy. I'm just saying go in knowing what you're getting into. So let me know in the comments, how do you feel about Etsy fees? And we'll see you in the next one.